Dirt Wheels fans, followers, viewers, we took the 2025 Polaris Ranger XP out for a ride with the Kawasaki Ridge. This is the first time we've compared the Ridge with any other HVAC model. This is the limited model. I'm going to go over a couple things what I liked and disliked about each one, and then we'll talk about how they worked. Ranger 32,999, 82 horsepower. The Ridge was 33,500 with 92 horsepower. Likes over here, ride command, we say it all the time. Tilt-up windshield, that thing is cool. We drove around half the time with the windshield up, no air conditioning on. It's nice to have that fresh air. It's definitely like to have a tilt-up windshield in any vehicle, really. What we didn't like is you can't start it in gear. You got to put it in neutral or park. That's a pain in the butt. Wish it could start in gear. And then the doors are a little tough to shut. If you have the windows up, you got to kind of slam them or crack the window a little bit. Kawasaki, on the other hand, they devised a little flap system in the Ridge that allows you to shut the door when the windows are up. The flap lets air pressure out and it lets you shut the door. And the doors are a lot lighter in the Ridge. We like the Garmin in there, but for some reason it would disconnect, and it wasn't always hooked up to the vehicle. It said CAN bus issue. Not sure what that problem was, but it worked, but it didn't work perfect. Okay, one of our tests, we were checking out the GPS units. We were trying to find this little ATV trail, which it showed on the Garmin. It showed on our Onyx app right there, and then it also showed on Ride Command, that blue line right there. But in reality, it doesn't exist. It was supposed to be up in that hill area, so it must be an overgrown trail that doesn't get maintained anymore, unfortunately, but it's still on the map. So these maps work good, but they're not 100%. It had a touchy throttle compared to the Ranger. It wasn't bad, but even in work mode, when you'd hop into it new, it was kind of a jerky throttle. And so if that's something that you need for a work situation, you just got to get used to it. Just one of the little things we didn't like. It was weird, the hitches, we tried two different hitches in the receiver and they didn't fit. Really had to slam one in there to get the pin to go in. Not a huge issue. You could modify a hitch at home or whatever to make it fit, but when we're jumping from vehicle to vehicle, we like our accessories to work in every vehicle just the same. And then we had a passenger complain that their feet wouldn't hit the floor on this side, and a 5'8" passenger, feet were not hitting the floor, which was kind of strange, and they barely hit the floor over in the Ranger. That was just one of the small complaints. Pretty much they're both great vehicles. We definitely liked the Ranger better in the long run. It handled a little bit better. It was a little more stable. The Kawasaki kind of porpoised or weeble wobbled a little bit. We tightened the preload on the front shocks, and that helped some. You can't tighten the preload on the rear shocks on this California model, so that was kind of a bummer. Used the winches, they worked great. We went on 3 rides, like recreational rides, and worked them a little bit in the in the field. We towed a drag around and we went in and out of the shop, and turning radius seemed to be a little bit better in the Ranger, but not bad. It wasn't that big of a difference, but we really liked the features in the Ranger over the Ridge, just slightly better. That ride command was very intuitive, worked great, and the flip-up windshield was great. The power was a lot smoother in the Ranger. Oh, and one thing you'll notice on the video is that Kawasaki was a lot louder. It was 5 to 10 decibels louder in some situations. We tested the decibel level inside the cab, a drive-by, but it was on average 5 to 10 decibels louder in the Ridge. Still a great machine. We like the bench seat in this thing. We like the fit and finish. We would put bigger tires if we were going to buy one. That's what we would do. And we would probably figure out how to do a flip-up windshield on this thing. That's the, that was one of the things we wanted. We wish we had. The air conditioning seemed to work a little bit better in the Ridge. We drove it in 100-degree weather several occasions. Really tested the AC. The AC in the Ranger was okay. It wasn't great, but it worked good. We even drove one Ranger in the snow in the winter and got it, used the heater a bunch. It worked good. Both cabs are sealed really good. Overall, they're great machines. For $33,000 though, you really want to know which one is right for you. So that's why we took them out and drove them for you, and hopefully you can make a decision off of our test. And we'll show you some more clips of how they did in the desert and in the mountains, in the snow, and help you make a buying decision, and hopefully you make the right one.